No accidents. No coincidences. No escapes. You can't cheat death. Death is the final destination. Boarding starts now. Springtime in New York buzzes with anticipation as Alex Browning, a high school senior, joins 39 classmates at JFK Airport. Their destination? Paris, a glittering 10-day escape meant to crown their final year with unforgettable adventures. They climb aboard Voli Airlines Flight 180, a Boeing 747. For Alex and his friends, this spring break voyage is about to become anything but ordinary. As engines hum and luggage bins rattle shut, a haunting vision slams into Alex, glimpses of his classmates boarding Flight 180, the plane's fraying cables and creaking fuselage, a flickering tray knob on his seat, and a cataclysmic explosion that tears the Boeing 747 apart. Worse? The horror starts with him switching seats with fellow classmates Krista and Blake, sealing their fates. When reality mirrors his premonition, down to the broken tray knob, Alex unravels. A violent clash with rival Carter Horton explodes in the aisle, hurling them both off the flight, along with Alex's loyal friend Todd, Carter's girlfriend Terry, teacher Valerie Luton, and students Billy and Clear Rivers. Clear, though, senses something sinister. She chooses to step back. On the tarmac, Alex pleads with authorities, but only Clear believes him. Fuel tanks ignite. Metal shrieks. Flight 180 becomes a fireball against the sky, raining debris as the survivors stare. The survivors are thrust into a sterile interrogation room under the watchful eyes of FBI agents Wine and Shrek. How does a high schooler predict a plane explosion? Alex's story teeters on the edge of disbelief. Yet, the charred wreckage outside is a grim reminder. Something otherworldly is at play. 39 days after the Flight 180 tragedy, the survivors gather for a somber memorial, their hearts heavy with grief and unanswered questions. That night, Todd steps into his bathroom. A leaky faucet drips ominously, pooling water on the floor. Todd slips, his body tangling in the shower's clothing line. In a horrifying twist, he's hanged. A freak accident, the water retreats into the faucet. No evidence. No logical cause. Just silence. That fateful night, Alex's instincts scream as cryptic hints about Todd's impending doom flood his mind. He bursts into Todd's house, only to find his best friend's lifeless body. Clear pulls Alex back from the edge. If they find you here, they'll think you had something to do with this. She confides that on the plane, she felt his terror, a connection so visceral it compelled her to follow him off Flight 180. Tonight, that same bond drew her to Todd's house, sensing Alex's panic like a shadow trailing his every move. The weight of their shared intuition hangs heavy, as Todd's death is hastily labeled a suicide, fueled by guilt over George, who perished on Flight 180. Alex's gut screams otherwise. Under the cover of darkness, he and Clear sneak into the funeral home, determined to uncover the truth. Examining Todd's body, Alex spots deep gashes on Todd's hands. This wasn't suicide. It was something far more sinister. Enter William Bloodworth, the cryptic mortician with a bone-chilling revelation. "You cheated death," he murmurs. Now, death's come to collect what it's owed, one survivor at a time. As Alex pieces together the puzzle, a chilling pattern emerges. After watching a news report dissecting Flight 180's explosion, he realizes the horrifying truth. Death is hunting the survivors in the exact order they were meant to die on the plane. But his epiphany comes too late. In a cruel twist of fate, Mrs. Luton's life is claimed in a macabre sequence of events. A kitchen knife slips from its holder, plunging into her with deadly precision. Moments later, her house erupts in flames, obliterating any trace of what really happened. The survivors, now bound by fear and fate, reunite in a desperate bid to outwit death. As they drive through town, Alex lays out the grim truth. Carter spirals into rage and despair. He stops his car on a train crossing, determined to cheat death on his own terms. Carter's resolve wavers at the last second. As he fumbles with his jammed seatbelt, Alex pulls him to safety, just as a roaring train obliterates the car. But death isn't done. Shrapnel from the wreckage hurtles through the air, and in a horrifying instant, Billy is struck, his life snuffed out in a brutal, decapitating blow. Death's design is merciless, and no act of defiance can rewrite its plan. As the body count rises, Alex uncovers a terrifying twist. By saving Carter from the train, he's disrupted death's sequence, skipping to the next victim in line. The next day, holed up in a fortified cabin, a chilling realization hits him. In his premonition, he'd switched seats with two classmates, meaning Clear, not Carter, is next on death's list. With time running out, Alex races to Clear's house, dodging FBI agents Wine and Shrek, who are hot on his trail, convinced he's the mastermind behind the survivors' gruesome fates. When he arrives, the scene is a nightmare. Clear is trapped in her car, surrounded by sparking electrical cables. A gasoline leak pools around her, moments from igniting. Alex grabs a live cable, sacrificing himself to give Clear a chance to escape. She barely makes it out before the car erupts into a fiery inferno. But as the smoke clears, one question lingers. Has Alex truly outsmarted death? Or has he only delayed the inevitable? 6 months later, Paris, the city of light, beckons Alex, Clear, and Carter as they toast to survival. But the celebration sours when Alex drops a bombshell. Death never skipped me. After Clear, it's still coming for all of us. Paranoia tightens its grip. Walking a cobblestone street, Alex freezes. A bus screeches past, dislodging a parking sign that hurtles toward a neon storefront. The sign tears loose, plummeting like a guillotine blade. Carter lunges. He shoves Alex aside in a split-second act of defiance, a final middle finger to fate. The sign swings back, its serrated edge slicing through the air and Carter's life. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.